Chapter 15. Ground Superiority. The group went to sleep right before sunrise. Inside an Alosa War Store cockpit, there was a quiet whooshing sound. A door opened and the captain walked confidently in, clicking his new shoes on the new cockpit floor. Two armed guards walked closely behind him. "Are they here yet?" he asked impatiently. The supervisor, who seems to be in charge, is caught off guard. He looks around. Not yet, sir." The captain is not happy. "Why did you say, he asked evilly. This time the supervisor is not caught off guard. I was awaiting a new report, sir." Lazily, the captain replies in a high voice, "I don't like, He points at the supervisor and the guards grab him and drag him away. "Are they here yet?" Captain asks again. Basically, open question to the entire cockpit. An eager young employee looks around. He's not in a supervisor uniform, but he jumps up and says loudly, "Yes, sir! They're on the radar! What do you want to do, sir?" Like the Emperor from Star Wars, the captain replies, "Promote him. You are now in charge when I'm not here." He continued talking like a snake. "Test out the new AI." The eager employee's chest badge changed to a new color. Now he was the top supervisor. The new second in command instantly got his balls and yelled out, "Initiate Combat AI 1.0!" Back to the group. They weren't sleeping for more than an hour before being woken up by an extremely loud sound of a jet fighter flying over them. They all jumped to attention. Perry was packing his stuff before he was fully awake. "Oh shit, look!" Tony noticed something, pointing down where the war store was. It was moving. They scanned around everywhere, trying to figure out what was happening. There were two jets circling the area. The jets had U.S. symbols on them. It was the standoff before a fight. War store versus the U.S. Air Force. "Oh shit, it's going down!" Perry grabbed some binoculars out of his pack, jumped up on a tall rock, and looked through. "Oh, we got front row seats to this shit. I'm not sure who to root for. Maybe they'll both die." Oh, sorry, I skipped a spot. Never mind. The one jet that didn't just buzz them was far away on the other side of the war store, lowering. A quick burst of smoke, and it released a missile heading directly at the war store. "Oh shit," Elle, Perry, and Tony all said. Fozzie might have said it too. 3 lines of swirling smoke quietly launched from the war store's chest. They intercepted the missile and blew it up, roughly halfway between the fighter and the war store. The group saw the fiery midair explosion, and then a few seconds later heard it. The jet adjusted its vector for a strafing run, and the line of fire went right into the war store. The fighter laid into the war store with everything it had, guns blazing. From the vantage point of the group, they saw puffs of smoke come to the war store and up its metallic chest. The second jet was coming in for an attack run now, from behind the war store. "Oh shit, they're fucking it up," Perry said. Same thing. Jet fires missile, war store's anti-missile defense system shoots it down. But after that, this time, something that looked like a flock of birds emerged from the war store. No one knew what they were looking at. Metal birds? Flying robots? By the past few days, they wouldn't be surprised if it was dragons. The flock of birds or whatever turned its vector towards the jet. The jet unleashed its guns and took out a bunch of the metal birds. As the flock got closer, they finally made the connection. It wasn't metal birds, it was a flock of drones. As many of the drones that the jet destroyed, new ones filled their place. Whoop! On the second pass of the jet, all the drones in the drone wall launched tiny missiles in a flurry of smoke and pit-pat tiny explosions, like flak popping all around the jet. Jet flew straight through the popping smoke and came out the other side on fire and started going down. It smashed into the side of a mountain at full speed and made a big movie-like explosion. A few seconds later, the group could almost feel the heat all the way from across the valley. The first jet turned and was back for another run. It fired one more missile, which hit the drone wall and this time exploded. The explosion took out a bunch of the drones, more than half of them. But they did their job protecting the war store. More drones spilled out and filled their spot without hesitation and in perfect formation. A new drone wall was carrying on the fight within a few seconds. Soon, the second jet suffered the same fate as the first and went down in a hail of drone mini-missile attacks and flak. The pilot ejected. Perry watched the ejected pilot through the binoculars. If he had a sniper rifle, he could probably get that really hard Titanfall achievement. Pull. Fuck that achievement. Whoops, Tony said after watching the two jets get owned by the war store. Dude, that thing just owned the U.S. best planes in like seconds. Or minutes. Perry was questioning himself. L added, and that thing's just going to roll over any tank. What the hell can stop that thing? It seems unstoppable. And they're going to roll out a new one every week? Nothing's unstoppable. We all know that. But they are going to roll out a new one of those fuck shits every week. That's a gnarly thought. Elle looked at Perry, looked at Tony. We're in a fucking sci-fi movie. She pointed at both of them. Your dreams have finally come true, you assholes. Perry interjected. This ain't my dreams, woman. You don't want to see my dreams. Back in the Elosa War Store cockpit, the captain raised a lip after watching his AI in action. Excellent, he said in his best Mr. Burns impression. Then he stood up and walked out of the cockpit, slowly clicking away, the two guards slowly clicking in unison behind him. He stepped over the body of the previous supervisor and waved at it like, take this dirty thing away from me.